Hello everyone, I'm Racevelger. I've been playing the Battlefield 6 beta and having an absolute great time. I'm really enjoying it. I tend to scroll through YouTube and various other social media to find out the thoughts of other people. As I was scrolling, I saw a pretty standard consensus that everyone was having a good time with it. So naturally, I searched for the negative reviews to try and understand the negatives of the game. I know for definite that it has issues. I'll just struggle to identify them, as game mechanics are not my strong suit. I'm better off with story-based games in terms of critiques. So I was looking for some insight. That's when I came across the video titled "Why You Shouldn't Buy Battlefield 6, It's Soulless."
Hey, what's going on guys, Rogues here. Now I wanted to explain why I'm not buying Battlefield 6 in today's video, because I just played the beta, okay? I've played a couple hours and then I had a bit of a break and I thought, okay, I'll go back to the game to see if my opinions are still, kind of the same after having a bit of time out of the game. And yeah, the game's flipping average. Now, I did have some fun moments, some of the guys were on the live stream with me. And yeah, it was pretty fun, especially like me and Michael, like flipping, like helping out each other the whole time. And yeah, like there were some good moments. But I think about 2 hours into the live stream, I just started to notice that just everything felt very, like, just the same.
Mr. Rogues here starts by saying the game is pretty fun for 2 hours, after which he says just everything felt like just the same. Naturally, giving him the benefit of the doubt, if everything is the same, a simple rebuttal is, Mr. Rogue, sir, it is a beta. It is a small portion of the game and many things will change by release, especially in terms of available content like skins, weapons and attachments alone, including almost definitely more than 3 maps. Needless to say, it isn't a strong point, especially since the video is about purchasing on release, but it can be an opening statement needing to be developed and qualified, which to be fair he does attempt.
Like the maps look similar.
At this time there were 3 maps released in the beta, one of which was going by the name Liberation Point. It was in a mountain range, the other 2 were in cities. This is the first major criticism of this point. So far, 33% of the maps in the game are completely geologically different. This is something he does mention himself later. The next map, the Siege of Cairo, that is set in Cairo of no surprise to anyone, mostly consists of small African townhouses, no more than 2 floors accessible. The map has tones of beige with a sandy aesthetic. The third map, titled Iberian Offensive, is set in Gibraltar. This map consists of larger buildings resembling blocks of flats, which with explosives can be opened up to give it a more open plan aesthetic. This map resembles a more western city with taller multi-storey buildings, colours, and that's colour with a U, consisting of greys, and a backdrop of a city on fire. Just from these quick descriptions, you can tell which map I am playing in each screenshot very easily, meaning that they are indeed very different, and anyone with eyes can see that they are definitely not the same. So all the maps are quite varied. I think we can all agree that they are easily distinguished from one another.
All the soldiers look really similar as well.
He then continues to say all soldiers look really similar as well. This point really depends on the route of which he wants to take it. They do look similar. This game clearly aims to reflect modern militaries. If you have experience being alive, this is quite obvious. Unfortunately, most militaries don't run around in bright colours or with the Ninja Turtles and fucking Roger from American Dad. We will come back to this later. There's a variety between the 2 sides, so it's extremely easy to identify friend from foe without the need for outlines or coloured name tags. There's also a variety between the classes. The recon is easily distinguishable from the assault. I'll let you guess which is which. The engineer and the support can be distinguished, though through finer details. Yes, these 2 are similar. I'll leave it up to you to decide how much of an issue this is. But at the end of the day, the apparel of the soldier is a uniform, not an outfit. Yet this is not indicative of the quality or the game at launch anyways. You can clearly see skins unlocked by challenges which will be available at launch. Therefore, this doesn't apply to the full release of the game, retard. If you're looking for wacky, colourful skins, then hopefully this game won't be for you, which is good. This is why different games exist, to provide different experiences. It isn't the fault of the game, it's personal preference. It doesn't make this game not worth buying at launch.
There's no like heart or like there's no soul in any of the flipping game at all.
Next, he says there is no heart or soul anywhere in the game at all. A statement so vague that I feel I don't need to explain why this isn't a substantial argument, but for the sake of clarity, I will. For some people, soul or heart could be conveyed particularly in the showing of kindness. Others could interpret it as a message, in the context that the soul of the piece of media is the message that it gives to us. Some may even associate it with the fucking music genre. The point is, what is soul in this instance? It could be a myriad of things, meaning this statement needs developing once again, but I'm sure he will go into great detail to explain this.
Okay, this is trying to be the most uncontroversial game in history.
The most uncontroversial game in history is a laughable statement. A AAA game without a battle pass, without license skins, breaking the modern day formula, projected to release day one with a campaign, a battle royale and a fully fledged multiplayer for £60 British, because that's the only one that matters. Not pushing for the £80 to £100 price mark of new AAA games today. To avoid confusion, I should state the definition of controversy is to cause contention, debate and discussion. Most of the internet is discussing if Battlefield needs fucking Nicki Minaj running around pegging stormtroopers to bend the knee to the incessant cancer which are licensed skins, along with battle passes. I think you can see where my bias lies with that discussion. Another example is whether the classes should stay open or closed. Is it a return to form for Battlefield? And finally, has this game wounded Call of Duty? As I said, laughable. His next few points consist of saying there is nothing to it over and over, which can simply be disputed by referring to that it is a beta. More content is coming, and even then I refuse to believe he has completed all of the challenges within 2 hours.
Like, this wasn't a World War One or World War Two game or anything. There was no meaning behind any of this. That's the reason why I think the game just feels just stale.
I would like to ask, Mr. Rogue Sir, what meaning turning this game into a period piece would achieve? And considering your previous points, I hope I'm not too bold to assume that if this was a period piece, even though World War I and World War II have already been done by Battlefield, you would be complaining that you have seen it before and it's a soulless copy of Battlefield 1, 5 or Black Ops Cold War, respectfully. Zero substance, he's just fucking saying things without providing any reason.
Like, look at the maps, right? It's just like, okay, here's a city, here's some like mountain top for some reason, and then here's like another city. It's like, is there going to be like any main structures anywhere? Are there going to be like, is there anything actually unique within any of these maps? Like, no, not really. It all kind of just like looks the same. There's different buildings and everything, even though when you go in the buildings, again, they all look the same.
He then continues to be reductive to the maps, pointing out and partly disproving his previous point that all maps are the same. Then he asks if there are going to be any main structures. Though this doesn't directly impact the quality of the game once again, I shall dispute it nonetheless. The mountain one, Liberation Peak, is pretty self-explanatory. Another notable structure is a fortress with a central tower and multiple bunkers surrounding it. Cairo has a buzz in the centre of a map, in a crater on an open road, and that's discounting the highways overhead. And finally, the very map he is playing, Iberian Offensive, has the aforementioned block of flats fully destructible, along with an AA gun turret. At this point, I'm starting to think he's just incorrect. And to be clear, the opinion argument does not apply here. The title of the video isn't Why I Think You Shouldn't Buy Battlefield 6. The comment that these maps look the same is a joke worth chuckling at, definitely. Anyone with a pair of eyes can see this is false. If he's going to run with that criticism, it needs developing greatly.
And again, as there's that real just like, there's nothing there. It just feels empty.
He then continues to say that it's just empty. Fuck knows what that means. Guess we'll never find it.
Okay, and it's like, okay, they focused on the gun mechanics. Does the gunplay feel good? I think it does, right?
Then he says he thinks the gunplay is good. Fails to say why, so we're just going to have to take his word for it. But I will say this. What would you prefer? A visually bland game with excellent gunplay, or a visually compelling game with awful gunplay?
And it's just like, other than that, like, what is there to there, bro? I could be playing flipping Warface, and like, it's more interesting, mate.
I've never played Warface. I have no fucking clue what he's appealing to. Guess all the information we get is it's more interesting, mate. Great. Why? How? What makes it more interesting? Fuck knows. I'm just gonna have to take his word for it.
Like, I don't think the game is dreadful, but it's just not amazing. It's not even great. It's not even good. It's just average in every way.
He keeps saying it's not good, it's average in every way, but provides no reasoning other than provably false claims or completely personal subjective claims. This video is supposed to convince me that I shouldn't buy this game, according to the title. So far, all I've got are false statements and nothing better than trust me. It's not very convincing at all.
Like, literally, I could be playing like a flipping Aim Labs training session, and it feels pretty much on the same with this game. It's like, you could take away all the fancy graphics and everything and all the explosions, and I don't think it would make much of a difference, really.
AimLab's training session? What the fuck are you talking about? Why? What makes it like that? Are you going to give me any information, you fucking fool?
Thinking, I really feel like this game is just going to be kind of done within the first couple months, and from this beta alone, I'm already bored. So what's that going to say about the full game when it releases?
I'm already bored is the worst criticism you could possibly give, because all I need to say is, okay, well, I wasn't bored. And you have no argument. Not a reason not to buy this game once again.
Well, the thing is like, what do I do after the first couple hours of playing through some of these missions? Like, I get attachments for weapons, I get some new abilities maybe or something. It's just, it doesn't feel like enough, really.
He goes on a bit of a tangent about Battlefront 2, then proceeds to ask a question, then answers it himself. All you have to do is ask a COD player how many hours they sunk into grinding for weapons, skins, and attachments. And another thing is, you can play the game to play the game. I understand that not all people may do this, and it is subjective, I suppose, but the attachment and challenges are secondary to me. I play the game to play the game modes, not to complete challenges. Not everything needs a battle pass. Minecraft is a great example of a game with no challenges, but the appeal is simply the game itself. From the sound of this retard, probably walk around for 2 hours, and because there isn't a challenge on the top left corner telling him to build a house or some shit, as well as the fact that he doesn't have to grind to tier 100 to get a video of Notch sounding or whatever, he would then conclude that it has no soul and he got bored. Once again, it's personal preference, not a reason for other people to buy the game. People could like this. I'm guessing at least 600,000 people do. Your point, once again, is underdeveloped.
Again, as I said, there's just no flipping heart to this game. This is the most soulless game that's ever been made. It's just really safe in so many ways, and it's like, I guess they were kind of going for that because of the backlash from 2042, and because a lot of people just are fed up with a lot of modern games at the moment. But it's just like, be at least a little bit controversial. Flipping out, like what?
It is controversial. And it isn't safe, especially in how games are made these days. Not having a battle pass these days is extremely dangerous. The constant cash flow and the insane amount of revenue from the seasons and the skins, along with the in-game currency, is crazy. It is an insane risk DICE is taking. They are banking on what their player base have asked them for and ignoring the market norms. That is a dangerous move.
Can't you just have like something in the game that makes it a little bit more interesting to do with like the setting or
the setting? When was the last time we saw a battlefield in the current day in the military? Battlefield 4 maybe, 2013.
The troopers, it's just like, oh man.
The troopers, the uniformity and the realism of the troopers make this game so unique in the marketplace right now. The whole point of this game is that it's supposed to resemble a realistic-esque shooter that you would expect to see back in the 2010s, back to the good old days where you felt like you were there in the trenches. You had your best friend to your left, and when he got shot in the head, it was harrowing, and this game achieves that very much, I think.
I said before I wasn't going to buy this game. I'm definitely not going to buy the game now. They're asking for bloody pre-orders and stuff. Get the hell out of it.
I agree. No one should pre-order. I am a strong believer of researching a product before purchase, and a lot can change between beta and the full release. Waiting to buy a game a few days after launch can save you quite a bit of money. I'm looking especially at Fallout 76 and Cyberpunk 2077 about this one.
Like, Realm Royale was free to play, and it's got so much more heart than this game. It's actually unbelievable.
This game is better, trust me.
Like, I can tell if a game is good or if it's shit, okay? And this game is just the latter. It's not good at all.
Yes, trust me, I know. I can tell if the game is shit, and this game is shit.
Battlefield 6 is literally just Aim Labs with a skin on top. It's just, here's graphics, guys. Things are blowing up. We made a really good game. No, you did not. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. See you around.
And that's it. No mention of the performance, no mention of the classes and the abilities, new mechanics, the physics, the movements, the push for teamwork within squads, the vehicles. The only mention of gunplay was it's good, no substance, no information, just subjective claims and trust me, I know. And partnered with easily disputable and provably false claims. As I said, multiplayer shooters are not my expertise, hence why I was looking for some insight, but what I can do is listen and understand. This retard has been talking for 6 minutes and said fuck all. No, tell a lie. He's just repeated the fucking latter half of the title of the video over and over while saying like in between. But yeah, apparently Battlefield 6 is soulless. Trust me. I know. Before I go, I'd like to welcome you to this channel. This video wasn't the reason for the creation of this channel, but simply a catalyst. It is my first attempt at critical analysis, and considering the state of this video, a very simple one as well. I intend to continue with TV shows and then onto movies as I hone my skills. Thank you very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you later.